This manifestation video is for the moms because all the other manifestation hacks and trends don't really seem to be that supportive of mothers. Mothers with a full life, mothers with a mental load and a brain that is momming. And also mothers that are likely chronically stuck in a state of stress and survival. And then wondering why they're not manifesting the things that they desire. All of the trends are cute in theory, but when was the last time you even got a full and restful, uninterrupted night's sleep? And now we need to be doing some 5 a.m. scripting? Uninterrupted journaling time? In this economy? So let's cut all the fluff and talk about what really works. Even if you are a mom who does not have the time nor the energy for these elaborate manifestation rituals. Hi, I'm Angela. I am a hypnotherapist, a somatic guide, and the founder of the Motherwell app, where I help support women in rewiring their subconscious, regulating their nervous system, and turning their joy back on so that they can actually manifest their dream life and feel alive in their life again. Feel like themselves again. So here's the no BS truth. Manifestation absolutely works, but probably not in the ways that you're trying out or the trends that you're finding on TikTok. And especially not for moms who are constantly in a cycle of stress or survival mode. And that's where I want to start, is talking about modern day motherhood and how most of us are stuck in cycles of stress and in survival mode. Motherhood is one of the most potent expressions of the feminine, of feminine energy. And yet for most of us, it's where we lose touch with it entirely, because we are not taught to mother from our wholeness. We're taught to mother from depletion, from guilt, or from the belief that our needs are optional or even unnecessary or unimportant. So when it comes to manifesting, your subconscious is holding on to a ton of contradictions. You're saying, I want more ease, but your subconscious has been trained to believe that it's not safe to rest. I want abundance. Instead, you are constantly giving and never allowing yourself to receive. These blocks are not mindset issues. They are nervous system patterns, generational scripts, and they run deep. But the good news is you can rewire these patterns. You can flip the script. You can change the story. And the second you stop trying to become more and start learning to receive more, you win. So let's get into it and talk about how. This is the mom's guide to manifestation. Number one, the first thing you need to know is that your nervous system is your manifestation foundation. It is the key. It holds the secrets. The secret sauce you're looking for, it's in your nervous system. Here's what all those manifestation tips and tricks and hacks are not telling you. If your nervous system is stuck in survival mode and in activated states of stress, chronically and constantly, you could be visualizing yachts and soulmates until you are blue in the face. You could be visualizing being calmer and more present and more patient, and still you will continue to manifest more stress. Let me tell you a little story. I had a client, total badass. She's a mom of 2, under 5, and she was doing all the right thing, calling in all of her desires, doing the manifestation rituals. Things were not happening. Things were not moving. They were not manifesting. And that is what actually brought her to me, because she knew the power of the subconscious and is like, all right, look, I'm doing all the things surface level, but there's something I'm not hitting. I'm not getting to whatever this limitation is, or whatever is not quite wired right. And instantly I could share with her that the reason why things were not coming through, the reason why she was not receiving, was because she was still stuck in a state of fight or flight, stuck in a state of survival. Because even when things outside of her were calm, her system was still on high alert. As moms, we start to train our system to always be available, to always be activated, and questioning like, who needs me? Who's about to need me? What did I forget? What did I miss? What do I need to do? Right? And if your brain is constantly scanning for those dangers or threats or the constant needs, right? 24/7, it is going to be impossible for it to expand, for you to feel safe enough to hold anything new that you desire. It cannot create from that state. It's not trying to attract miracles. It's just trying to keep your ass alive and your children alive. So here's your first non-aesthetic but wildly effective manifestation hack. Breathe out longer than you breathe in. That's it. A little bit longer of an exhale. You can even add in a physiological sigh, breathing in through the nose and then another sharp inhale at the top and then exhaling out of your mouth. I repeat this to nauseam because it works. It stimulates and just speaks to the vagus nerve, which is in direct relation and communication with your nervous system to get your body to know, hey, we're safe. You no need to activate the fight or flight. you're good, let's chill out. That breath pattern is like a nervous system reboot. So just do it in the little moments of your life between tasks. When you've arrived at home from work or from school pickup, whatever it is, can you take a few moments before moving on to the next thing to just practice that rate of breathing? While you're waiting for your coffee to brew, while you're sitting at a red light, while your child is taking 7+ business days to put on their socks. Yeah, perfect time. Practice it then. You will feel the shift and your energy will change. And the more you do this, the better the results. Number 2, your subconscious speaks body, not words. Here's the deal. Your subconscious does not speak English or Spanish or whatever language you've been whispering your affirmations in. It speaks sensations, tension, safety, contraction, expansion, emotion. So if you're saying, I am open to receiving, and your jaw is locked up or your shoulders are up at your ears and your gut is twisted and in an anxious knot, yeah, your body is saying something very different than your mouth is. It's screaming, protect, hide, not safe. And your subconscious always listens to your body over your words. Your subconscious is your body. So here's what I want you to do. Start practicing a body yes. Before you say yes to something, make a decision, set an intention, ask, does my body feel like a yes? And then pause enough to actually receive the yes or the no. What does it feel like to receive a yes in your body? That might feel like a deepening in your breath, a relaxing. Maybe your shoulders come down away from your ears. You feel soft, you feel spacious. And a body no, your breath might get shallow. You might feel that tightness in your gut, that uncomfortable feeling. You might have some jaw tension or just energetically, you might feel a bit of a side eye. Like, this is a little wonky. This is a little off. That's what you want to start building a connection to, is your body's wisdom, your intuition, the language of your subconscious, so that you can not only receive those answers, but you can also speak back to it through your own feelings, emotions, and then, yes, your words. But more so the words and the embodiment of those words. And we'll talk about that more. I just want to give you an example. There was once an offer that I got for a collaboration, and it looked to be everything that I wanted, super dreamy on paper. But every time I thought about it and like really sat with it, my body felt no. I felt that tension. I felt that like, ugh. And it's not that that fear that can come up of like doing something new, that nervous energy. No, this was something different. So I passed on that opportunity, which felt really wild to me at the time and to everybody in my life that I had told about it. But 2 weeks later, I got something that was 10 times better. And had I taken that original opportunity, I would not have had the time, energy, or capacity to hold this new opportunity, this better opportunity. And that opportunity felt like a full body yes immediately. And the difference was so clear. So don't override your signals, your subconscious signals. That is how you end up stuck in the wrong job, wrong relationship for way too long, or even just initially, you end up in misaligned situations. Because embodiment, although it is like kind of become this cringy buzzword, I gotta say, it is truly the way. It is a GPS for your life path, for what you are meant for your manifestations. Your body is your oracle, so trust it. Learn to trust it. Learn to hear it. Listen and watch as more miracles and your manifestations begin to unfold. Number 3, receiving is a ritual. You cannot control and receive at the same time. Those are two totally separate and different nervous system states. I used to think that receiving meant I had to sit around and do nothing, which was impossible for me at the time. That receiving meant being passive and helpless and boring. I also didn't understand much about my feminine energy at that time either, and you can see the correlation between receiving and being more in your feminine, being more connected with your feminine energy. And I'll do a whole video on feminine energy for moms at a later point, but I just wanted to drop that in here. But receiving is truly an art. It is a power move. And receiving well is like being a tuned in antenna. And the clearer you are, the more signal you get. When you're constantly stuck in that go, 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 grind, grind, grind state where you're moving too fast, nothing can reach you. Doing everything, fixing everything, over-preparing for every scenario before those scenarios have even unfolded. You are not manifesting from that state. You are micromanaging the universe. So just try this. Empty 10%. Look at your calendar, look at your schedule, look what you've set already for intentions, goals, whatever it is. Just look at it all, and whatever's on it, reduce it by 10%. Create little windows of space. Not like bubble bath self-care. I'm not talking about like creating space for a face mask, but creating receptive space. Time where you're not doing anything, not inputting, not outputting. You're just being. Because after all, you are a human being, not a human doing. So practice more of the being. And that's when ideas drop in, where opportunities show up, where miracles can meet you. It could be as simple as just saving 10 minutes in between your calls, a quiet ride without a podcast or music, a night with 0 plans that you are not filling with a doom scroll session. Stop white knuckling your life and let it surprise you. Create space for those surprises, because when you can really get dialed in on that art of receiving and tune in to more of that frequency, you are making way for your manifestations. Because before, they couldn't reach you. Number 4, you are manifesting your identity, not your wish list. This one is a big deal, and I really want you to hear me. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. So if you keep saying, I want to be wealthy, I want to be freaking rich, but deep down, you hold a core wound or an identity that is wrapped in being bad with money, or feeling some type of way about the wealthy, or you keep thinking to yourself, it's so hard for me to get ahead. Why is it so hard for me? Guess what you're going to keep recreating and getting more of? Your subconscious isn't evil. It's just obedient. It delivers exactly what aligns with your sense of self. So you need to anchor your identity. So ask yourself, who would I be if this already happened? And then here's the part people skip. You have to take action. You need to act like her, become her. What would she wear today? How would she text back? Would she spiral over that moment, or would she take a walk and remove herself so that she could move it through her body and release it? This isn't like fake it till you make it BS. This is identity recoding. This is identity rewiring. It's somatic realignment. And if you need some support with this, I have all my hypnosis meditation, somatic guided practices. I have affirmation audios, literally anything you need to step into the embodiment of your dream self and create your dream life, manifest all it is that you desire, even in motherhood. In fact, it's designed for moms. So if you want to start a free trial, you can check the description to get access to all of that. And this is just a little bonus. I want to talk about your micro commitments. I want to talk about the little things that you say yes to. And here's a little bonus. I want to talk about the small things, the micro commitments, and how your subconscious will respond to those to get on board with the things that you desire and want to call into your life. Because the truth is, your subconscious doesn't freak out because of how big your dreams are or how different it is from what your reality is right now. It freaks out because those things do not feel safe yet. So you don't need to hustle harder, or you're not doing something wrong. You're not behind. You're not broken. You just need to show your nervous system that your next level, the things that you desire, the ways that you want to change are not going to fry your circuit. They're not going to harm you. And that's where these micro commitments come in. These are the tiny reps that prove I follow through. I show up for myself. I keep myself safe. This is how you build self-trust, making those small promises that you know you can follow through on, and then following through on them again and again and again. Some of those tiny micro commitments could be saying you're going to drink a glass of water when you first wake up and drinking the glass of water when you first wake up every single day. Or promising to yourself that you are going to start saying no without over-explaining and then doing that. Texting back when you said you would. These are small, yes, but they are identity builders. They anchor safety and they rewire self-trust. Set those micro commitments and then do them. Be devoted to yourself, because those reps matter way more than any high vibe vision board ever will. Your subconscious is going to track your consistency, not your cute Pinterest manifestation mood board. And one final bonus is about your environment. Your clutter specifically, like your home and the environment that you spend time in, it's your vibe check. And your subconscious is taking notes and how you're not only taking care of you, but your external environment too. Because your internal environment influences your external environment, and your external environment is absolutely influencing your internal environment. It's why they say that a cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. And it is influencing your identity. For example, I used to have my desk shoved in a corner and it was facing a wall and it was like crammed between like all these other things. Like it just looked like a storage area. And at the same time that I was working in this space quite a lot, I was wanting expansion. But babe, my desk, this area, this environment was literally in shrink mode. So I moved it. I gave it space and I treated it like a sacred creation zone. And just by doing that, just by making that move, it changed something within me and how then I was showing up. I was more in the identity of the expansion that I wanted, and it gave me bigger energy, a clearer mind. So if you want something really tangible that you can do, pick an area that you see daily. It could be your wallet, your nightstand, your bathroom counter. Clean it, clear it, and then actually curate it like it matters, like it is sacred to you. And while you're doing this, or if you need some inspiration, ask yourself, what belief about myself do I want this space to reflect? Because sometimes manifestation needs a clear path, and that could look like a cleaned out wallet or purse, a clear counter. Clutter, whether it's mental or physical, confuses the cosmos, and clarity in all of those areas creates and invites in miracles. It gives space for your manifestations to find you and to land. Thank you so much for being here, making it to the very end. I would love to hear in the comments what it is you want to call in. Just declare it, state it there so that we can support each other. I want to know what you're manifesting. And if you are desiring more of that therapeutic and subconscious support to help you clear whatever needs clearing from a deep perspective so that you can call in more of your manifestations, get yourself out of those stress cycles, out of survival mode, make sure that you check the description for the free trial of the Motherwell app. And I'll see you next time.